it's Hannah, Abraham, and Olakunle. Join our journey and dive into the lively foray. As Nigeria live, tune in bright and clear. Insights, laughs, and knowledge are all right here. Current news and issues, what's happening today. Personal tales unfolding in a unique way. Political views and tales of old and new. With guest speakers who share a broader view. Come along, be a part of this vibrant scene. Your voice, your story, your dreams to be seen.
And good evening, everyone. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, Anna. Good evening, Olakunle. How are you all doing?
Uh,
Good
good evening,
evening.
Abraham. I'm doing great.
Yeah,
I'm doing okay.
I hope it's a good day to you. For our viewers, good evening once again. This is Ask Nigeria Live. This is where we put the personality behind everything going on the channel, uh, in your face. All right. I believe that today has been a very good day, right? Well, I don't have something that traumatizing to show you guys, but our theme for today it's about the food situation in Nigeria, right?
Hmm.
So we're just gonna look at it. I have a couple of videos. Some are neutral, some are facts because they're based in research. Other ones they are hearsays from people here, people there, like that. We can't look at every video out there, but we're going to look at them one after the other and see what they are trying to say. All right. I hope luckily I hope you are preparing for a possible special edition of football Ask Nigeria Live, where
Not today.
no
Not
no no no
today.
no 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 not today actually. I know it's not today, but
Oh,
if
God.
possible, if we get the green light, we do have to have a special edition where we'll actually teach Anna. We'll give her a crash course on what football is, how to look at the league standings and everything, and
Do
how
you know that Anna sent me a link yesterday regarding how Chelsea sleep
Me?
in the
I
middle
guess
of
it's
the
not me.
night?
It's not
I
my
told you
Hannah. Probably it's somebody else. What are you
when the
saying?
link dropped
Jesus.
yesterday night, I actually thought probably it's something official, something regarding the news. And I clicked on the news and I saw this is how Chelsea fans sleeps every day. Hey, bro, we don't need to go into football. Anna is only playing us. She knows the
it's
nitty gritty of football. What she did to me yesterday was
no.
traumatizing.
Hey,
Imagine
She
her saying
doesn't know
that
the
thing to
nitty
me.
gritty of football. No, she
Are
I
knows.
you serious?
don't.
Someone
Come
sent me a
on.
link.
She
Okay?
doesn't. She doesn't.
The only thing I know is that you're a Chelsea fan. Finish.
Yeah, and I think
And you
from
set
there,
for one of the most traumatizing video one. And send it, not even the one that is appealing, not about my new manager, not
Do
about
you
the
know what the
new
guy said?
players I'm signing.
Do you
Is
know
that
what the guy said? The guy said he wakes up in the morning and the first thing he has to check is if their manager still has a job.
can you that was the video she sent to me.
Then by the end of the day, right, they had already hired a new manager, but just 5 minutes in, they sack him. So the new manager
Can
didn't
you,
even sleep in that
Abraham, can you see
position.
what is starting? Can you see what is starting on Wednesday now? Can you see
we're
that?
gonna
Abraham, brother,
Please,
Anna is just playing us.
we're gonna
Okay?
have much.
I'll
honestly,
agree
I'm
with
not
you.
playing you people.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. She doesn't. She just knows
Yeah.
that you're a Chelsea fan, and so when she sees
Hmm.
Finish.
anything,
Like
she's
full
And
gonna
those
send it
stop.
to
videos that she
you.
could see online is not about how Chelsea fans has won, how Chelsea has won all the European Cup. None of the
It doesn't.
videos.
This is
How
banter
Chelsea match
season.
is progressing.
This
None.
is remember that there's a lot of people out there producing content. Manchester United fans laughing at you because you too you're laughing at them. Arsenal fans, Manchester City fans that according to the football law that you understand what I mean? You opened up to them.
I don't understand.
So
I don't
Well,
understand.
then for
I
someone
don't
like
understand.
me,
It is a
we are on
game.
the
It's a
outside
game.
laughing at all
It's
of
a
you.
game.
It's
We're the ones
again.
that
Are you
laugh
see?
last.
When
So
she
we're the
sent me
ones
the
that
link,
laugh
when she sent me the
best.
link, I was like, what could have crossed this girl's mind to look for this video and send it to me?
No, 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 no.
When it,
Our algorithm, FYP, has been built brick by brick, so that when she
Exactly.
mentioned,
Cement by
see anything,
cement,
cement
sand
by
by
cement,
sand.
yeah, gravel by gravel. So when she saw that, it was because she was
Abraham, the
positioning
day
for it.
she's coming at the day she's coming at you, I'm waiting for that day. You know you're
I,
supporting
I,
her right now. You're saying cement by
I
cement,
support,
brick by
I
brick.
support. Hold
Uh-uh.
on, I support
You
Real
know that
Madrid,
Abraham's
Yes,
club is
yes.
Real Madrid. So just bear in
a,
mind, in case
a
if you see
club,
any
a
shady
club
Real Madrid club, send it to him.
that can never
Okay,
be,
no problem.
can't banter me.
Thank you.
My
Are you
worst,
sure?
you can't banter me. In my worst season,
What happened this season? Do let us go
much.
to what happened this season with Real Madrid. Do let us
This
start with
is
what happened this season with Real Madrid. Do let
this
us
is my
start with that.
worst.
But
Hold on, hold on.
so
Hold on. This is my worst season. I'm number two on my table. I didn't win the league. I didn't win anything. But let me check.
we
What
we, we
number?
both we
Hold
both
on.
we both
What number are
listen. We
you
can't
on your
compare La Liga.
table?
We are still on eight.
You're number eight where you are. Number eight. I am number
Sure.
two. And this is my worst season. Worst
We
season.
both Anna
Let me see
Abraham
what you
want me to
finished
break
with.
the table. So let me shake everything and listen now. Listen, let me shake everything now. If you
Oh,
want me
come
to
on,
destroy
guys. What
everything
are you people
for
doing? Please
decades,
be
for
single.
decades, please, for decades, Real Madrid, Barca, and Atletico Madrid has been the top three for decades now. They only fill this position within themselves. But when it comes to Premier League, anybody can come to the top. Anybody. When it comes to Premier
Mm-hmm.
League, Aston Villa can be the top tomorrow. Arsenal can be the last tomorrow. So let us compare La Liga and Premier League. So when Abraham
Yeah.
said I'm still on the
I don't even know
second
what
simply
that
means he.
is.
So
Yeah.
it simply means
Well,
that is a
see,
bullshit.
Anna,
He did
Anna,
not play
don't.
He said
anything
that
this
is a
season. He did
bullshit.
not do anything. That is bullshit. He did not play anything this season. He did not do anything. Not a single cup.
Anna,
Do
don't
you know that
worry.
Abraham did not win a single cup?
How is he did you see Abraham in the match? Did you
I,
see him
I
playing
don't
in
want to know.
this thing?
We both represent our club. We both represent our club. So if I'm abusing Real Madrid, I'm abusing Abraham. If you are abusing Chelsea, you're abusing me.
don't worry.
So
Don't
we are the
worry.
ambassador of our club.
All these, all
So what
these,
if I
all
abuse
these
you? Will I be
ogogoro,
abusing Chelsea?
You will
all these,
automatically. You
all
will.
these ogogoro club people. Don't worry. My club and your club, we will meet next season.
We
We will
will.
meet.
We
We
will
will
meet
meet
next
next
season.
season. And like I did before, I think that was 2022 or thereabouts. Eh?
That
And you
was
were
there.
the. I was the underdog. Right? I was the one who, you cannot win. You cannot win. But I still piped you. But no, so don't worry. This I'm looking forward to this year. So that we'll get it going. Well, I'm just looking forward to the um special edition that we're going to have. We're going to talk about all these things so that whenever we throw this banter, Anna, you're going to understand what we're saying exactly, right? You're going to
Sure.
understand. So it's why it's going to be fun. You're going to do calculation. I know you know math. You can do what you can calculate 3 minus
We are not
3
bringing
plus
Please,
4
are
calculations
we
minus.
here.
gonna be calculating
Don't
money?
bring
We
calculations.
we
Don't
will
bring
do
calculations because I
calculation.
know where you are going to. I know where you are going to. We are not bringing any calculator here. We are not bringing. I know. Abraham knows how to play his card. He knows how to play his card very well.
I
He knows
mean,
that
you
when it comes to
too.
doing
Try to play
maths,
your card
no,
too.
no,
Play your
no,
card.
no. You can't compare La Liga and Premier League. When it comes to Real Madrid has won many. In fact, the numbers of cups Real Madrid has won, Chelsea has not won half of. So please don't go
That's not
there.
what
We are not
that's
bringing
not what I'm
calculator
talking
here.
about.
We are not doing. We are
That's
not
not what
bringing
I'm
any calculator.
talking
I
about.
know what you
That's
are
not what I'm
doing.
talking about.
I know what you are doing. I know what you are doing. I know you first start with Champions League. I know what you are doing. Yes, we are not going there.
That's not what I'm
No
that's not what I'm
maths, no
talking about.
calculator.
I just wanted to tell her that if you win, you get 3 points. If you lose, you don't get any point. You draw, you get
You
those
just
kind of
change it. You
calculations.
just change it.
No,
You
nah,
just
that's a
change it.
calculation.
You need. He knew that I caught him there. Once he started counting numbers of cup,
No,
Real
no, no,
Madrid
no,
have collected about 8
no,
Champions
no, no,
League.
no.
No,
That will not be
no.
educational. That will not be educational. But look, if you want to find out whether I am trying to calculate the number of trophies that you've won, I think you should survive the food crisis in Nigeria first. So let's look at the video first. Shebi you shall eat before you watch football. So let's
At
go.
least.
Yeah. So yeah, I went to my FYP that was built brick by brick to bring you to this. All right. So you know the drill. Let's look at the first video.
Economy has stolen protein and calcium from Nigerian plates. Welcome to the Panla uprising. A mother stands in the market. She picks up a single egg, 250 naira, sets it back, walks past empty kitchen stalls, reaches frozen panla, slices it into flakes. One piece now feeds 4 plates. And this is becoming a public health emergency, hiding inside inflation data. In May 2025, the National Bureau of Statistics confirmed that the minimum cost of a healthy diet rose to 1,611 naira. That figure represents the nutritional survival threshold. For millions earning around or below minimum wage, that number signals collapse. Milk, out. Eggs, sometimes. Chicken, rarely. And beef, gone. So families pivoted to panla, imported hake, the cheaper fish option. But even panla is stretched across multiple meals, protein portions shrink, diets tilt heavily towards starch. And here's the scale of the crisis. The Food and Agriculture Organization says that 39 million Nigerians are undernourished. Nearly 49 million face severe food insecurity. The Global Protein Project reports 1 in 3 Nigerian children are at risk of protein deficiency. Now layer calcium on top of that. When milk and eggs disappear, calcium disappears with them. Hospitals are reporting more cases of hypocalcemia. Dangerously low calcium levels, especially among vulnerable populations. Inflation is no longer just economic, it is biological. Protein builds muscle, immunity, brain development. Calcium stabilizes bones, teeth, heart, nerves. When calcium drops, the body doesn't quit, it borrows from itself. Bones crumble to keep the heart beating, brittle fractures, stunted children, seizures, irreversible bone loss. In clinical studies in southwest Nigeria, 15% of children show low protein levels, 27% show low albumin. You don't just get hunger, you get structural weakening. Now here's the darkest part. We are calling this resilience. Chicken becomes panla, milk disappears, eggs are aspirational, and we normalize the decline. We call it coping. It's not coping, it's adaptation to decline. When a country debates which downgraded protein is manageable, the crisis is already systemic. This is not a kitchen story, it is a macroeconomics one. Protein and calcium deficiency erode cognitive capacity, productivity, and earning potential. They increase fractures, disability, and healthcare costs. You cannot industrialize on brittle bones and underdeveloped brains. Inflation without wage adjustments, food prices without nutritional buffers, reforms without human capital protection. When one egg costs 250 naira, nearly a 500% increase over a decade, and millions earn less than 1,000 naira per day, calcium is effectively removed from the diet by design. A government cannot claim economic growth while citizens are priced out of essential nutrients. Pala is not the real story here, the disappearing nutrients are. And Nigeria is not just hungry, it is being biologically compressed. When milk becomes unreachable, when eggs become symbolic, when protein shrinks to flakes in pots, you are not just watching inflation, you're watching a generation pay for economic policy with their bodies. And brittle bones do not build strong nations.
Nigerians are eating rotten tomatoes and the Nigerian government is letting it happen. The Lagos state government recently advised residents to stop cooking with spoiled tomatoes, but people are not choosing rotten food. They are being priced into it. Food inflation has risen to 16.06%, and for the first time in 8 months, food prices are rising faster than general inflation. Nigeria's poverty rate has also increased to around 63%. Basically, more people are poorer today than they were just a few years ago, and the most basic necessity, which is food, has become out of reach. These rotten tomatoes are not just bad quality food, they carry dangerous toxins, including aflatoxins and other mycotoxins produced by fungi that grow in spoiled produce. These toxins are heat stable, meaning cooking does not destroy them. Repeated exposure to these toxins has been linked to liver damage, weakened immune response, and an increased risk of liver cancer. In high exposure environments, they are considered a major food safety hazard globally, not just a minor spoilage issue. So this is the trade-off being made in kitchens across the country: health versus hunger. Telling people not to cook with rotten tomatoes assumes they have access to fresh alternatives. But when fresh tomatoes cost more than what many families can spend on a full day's meal, public health messaging without any form of intervention is just noise.
Food delivery companies in Nigeria are letting Nigerians get poisoned by fraudulent vendors. TechPoint tested the onboarding systems of Glovo and Chowdeck and was able to set up stores successfully within 48 hours and 1 hour respectively, despite using fake tax IDs, fake addresses, and fake CAC numbers. What this means is that these food delivery platforms that we pay money and trust to give us safe food don't even bother to confirm against publicly accessible records that vendors are who they say they are. And you see, these things have very real consequences for the original food vendors, but also for public health, because in December, Corporate Ewa, a food vendor, had complained that customers were complaining that she was selling them bad food on Glovo when in fact she never registered her business on Glovo. She reached out to Glovo, told them what was happening. At first, they insisted that all the Corporate Ewa accounts on Glovo were legit. She pushed further and then they admitted that there was fraud going on, yet they refused to take this account off their app. 7 months later, Corporate Ewa reports that Glovo did not take any responsibility or apologize for what was happening to her business. Glovo's lax response and even complicity in what happened to Corporate Ewa is as a result of a regulatory gap. There are no laws in Nigeria that regulate the food delivery industry. So these companies, Glovo, Chowdeck, they know nothing will happen to them if people are harmed because of negligence on their part. The Nigerian food industry is worth over 1 billion naira, so I see no reason why they should be failing at basic vendor verification and consumer protection measures. This is a call to NAFDAC and FCCPC to step up and first of all penalize Glovo for what they've done to corporate EWA, but also come up with laws that regulate the food delivery industry, just like the CBN has done with fintech companies. And then to the food delivery apps themselves, customers are literally paying you money. The least you can do is ensure that you're giving them safe food.
All right. So you know the drill. These are three videos from the same source, but you may think they're not. How related are they? You could say yes, they're about food in Nigeria, right? About food. One is about nutrient, the other is about rotten tomatoes. Then the next one is about food delivery. But to me, my question when I first saw those videos is: is there a food crisis in Nigeria currently? Anna, what do you think? In say like 3 minutes, what do you think?
There is a food crisis, and it's getting worse by the day. By the day rather. Um, from the economic aspect of things, the hike in cost of transportation, the hike in the cost of living, to now going into planting, right? The fact that most farmers now who farm grains in the north can no longer plant and keep the farm of the production, the harvest of grains going to feed the country. In fact, I read somewhere, I can't remember the source and the details, but we should be able to go into the details, maybe along the video. Right? They said we are not going to be able to feed the country. Nigeria is not producing enough food to feed the country. Now, this is just even food.
Hmm.
Talking, when we now start talking about healthy alternatives or healthy, supporting. Okay, we have grains now. Okay, now the healthy fish, the chicken. Then you now come down to people being able to afford this food.
Because there's a difference between you can afford it and it's available,
It's
right?
available. So at
Hmm.
this point, the crisis is on all levels, right? But we are actually having that crisis of not being able to produce enough to even feed the country. It might not be this is something that might not be obvious now, but along the line, if nothing is done, before we now start going into the 7 years of famine, I don't know if that is going to work or that even exists. But there's a statistic that already says we are plunging into food crisis and we're not producing enough to be able to feed the country.
Olakunle, what do you think?
I actually think that she started on a good note by eating on the sentence. The problem, like she had rightly said, is from the farmland. Let me just elaborate so that probably you understand the content very well. There's a food crisis in Nigeria at the moment right now, and like what Anna said, we are not aware of the consequences of to what extent this food crisis has affected us in a big platform. For example, when she mentioned about we don't produce enough food to actually cater for the need of Nigerians. The factors behind this agent is because one, those farmers have to employ security agents to watch over them and their goods. That's caused extra charges on the food. They need transportations. Now, fuel is about 1,300 per liter. This is about 1,800 per liter. That doubles the charges, that doubles the money that they need to accumulate and add everything together in order for them to have a certain price for a particular goods. Then moving on to road, moving on to electricity, moving on to storage. These are the agents, these are the factors that actually fuse or squeeze the setting where the fuka is actually originated from. And if, like I said, the level of insecurity was actually our fundamental issue in Nigeria, farmers need to be protected. Some of their farmland has been trampled upon by herdsmen. Up till now, we have seen, I've read on newspaper, I've read on Punch, on Vanguard, on Daily Times, countless of times how farmers come out to properly space and explain that they are not feeling safe. There was a particular thing. There was yesterday when I was reading a particular column in Punch. A man who was kidnapped and escaped from the bandits said that when they were kidnapped, they traveled for 5 days. Now, listen, so when they traveled for 5 days, within the 5 days, those bandits fed them. How did they feed them? They said they go to different farmland and harvest. Those bandits will pursue them, just like use their guns and ammunition, trying to scare those farmers to run away from their farmland. They will harvest, according to what man said, they will harvest corn and many things on the farmland and take it to feed themselves for that day. The following day again, as they are moving, they go to another farmland. These are the agents and the factors that actually cause food crisis in Nigeria right now. You can't expect you, Abraham, let's imagine you're a farmer. You spend about 50 million naira to grow a kind of a huge amount of tubers of yam. But
Mhm.
apart from that 50 million you spent on that tubers of yam, you need to spend extra 25 million for safety, for road, for transportation. Would you add that to the budget? By the time you accumulate everything together, over the 755 million, the cost for that yam, which is supposed to be 1,000 naira, will move out to about 2,500. And at the moment right now, like what the video we just saw right now, minimum wage, people who are actually below minimum wage cannot afford. It's not even possible. Let's go to the
Even
market right
above.
now. Even above. Thank you for even saying that. If you go to the market right now, governments are, it's, I don't want to say government are actually stupid, but it's so ridiculous when government says, don't eat this, don't eat that. What are the alternatives you provide? When government says that don't let us eat rotten tomato, please go to the market right now. Rotten tomato is even more expensive. That's even the worst part of it. The rotten tomato that the government say we should not buy is expensive. Now imagine the one that is good. How much is going to be the cost of that one that is good when rotten tomato is already expensive? So it is traumatizing that the food crisis in Nigeria right now has now come down to the point that we have normalized it. Government just say as a way of coming out and address it by saying don't eat this, don't eat that, without providing a solid solution. So
Uh,
I will buttress, like I said, I will follow what Anna said. The problem is from the farmland.
do you think that Nigeria is being targeted, maybe by external actors? I'm asking you, Olakunle, now. I know that Anna would have something to say about it, but I want to ask you first. Do you think that we're being targeted?
I will
Do you
say we
think?
don't
Do
think.
you
I think
think?
we,
The
Do you
food?
think?
Are you talking
Yeah,
about
okay.
I'm
food?
talking about
No,
food.
in
Yes.
general.
Do you think that Nigeria is being targeted based on all of these sectors? Let's say in the food industry now, they're targeting different categories of crops, and then they want to the interested parties, hypothetically, that's if you say yes, um, maybe they actually have something they would benefit from us not producing that thing again. Do you think that is the case that has been happening? So they're using bandits as one, then they're also using other means. Do you think that we're being targeted?
That's actually a crucial question, but I don't think we are being targeted. I just think that it's a game of politics. Let me just put it that way. Well, if I say a game
Okay.
of politics at the same
Do
time,
you
it's
do you
more of
think
saying that we are being targeted also. The same
do
thing.
you know?
If I say a game of
Do you think it
politics,
is do you think it is local politics or international politics?
I don't think it's international politics. I don't say anything about international politics because I see that at this computer age Nigeria is right now, there's nothing not possible. When I talk about, if you actually see that as a nation, as a country, and says, okay, what is the problem right now? I don't think we have issue with international, probably international markets are targeting us. I think the problem is inner circle. We have the problem with ourselves. Okay, let's take an example now. If I say we are being targeted by the international are the one funding bandits in Nigeria? If they are the one funding bandits in Nigeria, then what are the government in Nigeria doing about it? That's the question. If you believe that the international are actually the one funding the bandits, let's assume that okay, the international are the one, the Saudi Arabia, the Iran, the Saudi, those international countries are the one funding those bandits. Agreed. What are we doing as a country? Because it is in our country. It's just like you, an example, coming to my compound and says, someone sent you to come and actually arm me in my compound. What am I doing to protect my compound from you? So international companies to this extent, I don't see that we are being targeted by international companies, but I believe that we are being negligent. Like the level of our indifference, level of our non-concern is too high thing that we just say things we don't even want to act on it. So that
Okay.
would be my
So
answer on
Anna,
that.
Anna, I want to throw the same question to you, right? Do you think we're being targeted by international entities? It could be individual, it could be corporate. This is very important. It's going to shape how the conversation will go, right? You said no, so right. We'll see where that gets us. But I just want your opinion, Anna. Do you think that we're being targeted?
Yes, we are. And if you'd say, what are we doing about it? Okay, let me use Olakunle's analogy. Someone comes into your compound to attack you and to. But instead, they're not coming to attack you. Instead, they're coming to say, we want to be friends with you. Okay, let me use myself. I say I come into your house and I say, Olakunle, I want to be your friend. I want to um help you in your house, right? I want to help you clean your house and maybe do a little chores for you in exchange for, then instead of me now saying pay me equivalent of what I'm doing, since we're trying to strike a deal, I'll now say, no, you give me like a bag of rice. You give me a bag of rice every week. And you are also trying to feed your family because then you have to process rice into the kind of food that your family will eat. But then I am not asking for too much. I'm asking for rice. And I was one that brought myself. There is this project that the US has. It is they call it, I think it's a US first or something project. And in that project it included the health aspects of whatever they would do with Africa.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
they
I'll
brought
continue.
US
I'll
first.
find the yes. I'll find you
They
this
are
thing.
telling you, so I am not coming to your house and I'm telling you, me first. I want to strike a deal with you, but it's me first. Like, what does that mean? If you want to do me first, go ahead to wherever you're coming from and do your me first. But because I come to you and you look at it that, okay, I think I'm going to make money and I think I'm going to be able to sideline my neighbors and I'll be the king in my compound. Okay, I think I'm going to do this business with you, even though I know that my compound people will suffer, even though I know that my family will have a problem, but no problem. Let's do the business. At least I'm going to be the king, the local champion, and the king in my compound. And so we strike a deal together that affects us and inherently also affects you. But because you are the one in charge for the moment, you don't get to see the negative aspect of how it affects you until maybe, for instance, one of the child from the house now gets to suffer like we're suffering now. Then also, there is this their US aid program. The
Yeah, that
US
that
aid
program that
program,
you were talking about is America First Global Health
America
Strategy.
First.
Yes.
Now that's actually in the health side. If we're now
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
talk about the food side, involving people have their arguments against GMO and for GMO, but I would say if you want to come into the country and say, "Oh, take this, we want to help you. Take these seeds." The first question I ask is, the problem that you introduced to get rid of my own seeds for you to bring yours, is yours as effective as mine? If you say the seeds that I have is not lasting and cannot feed us, the one you are bringing, is it healthy? What is now the problem of me having to come to you next year to buy seeds? That's one problem I have. Buying seeds every year, buying seeds that I know I cannot replant. That is one problem that I have. Okay, for instance, now we plant zobo, right? And when we harvest, we have more seeds. Okay. The next year we get to plant. We'll be planting for 4 or 5 years now. We use the seeds from the previous year or even the ones from before. We have so much, we have to give them out. So imagine now I plant, but with all the seeds I have, I cannot replant. I now have to go and start looking for where I need to buy. Do you see now that is even a bigger problem than what we have now? It is more bigger than what we have now. So there is an external factor in the food crisis that we have, no doubt. Else, why did look at ginger? They said Nigeria exports ginger 20 something billion.
Well, actually,
As
I'm
at 20
actually going there. So this is
as
the
at
next point.
2025. Okay, I'm just gonna touch on it just for like okay, no problem, then I can go ahead. Right? As at 2025, our export was zero. As at
Yeah.
2025, we had gone down to zero. And this is in China, they use Nigeria's ginger. In Japan, they know the potency of Nigeria's ginger. But all of a sudden, we now have blights. We have issues now affecting farmlands, covering thousands and thousands of acres. Then you want to ask a question like, from where to where? How comes? How didn't we have these issues before until they started bringing their aids and their help, and then telling us, okay, we're going to help you, but we first, like, we're not even asking you for help. But then I know that our president, our leadership, government, they'll go to ask for help. But it is not the help that the people actually need. So you see now that we do have external influence in the problems that we have in Nigeria, from the security problem. Recently, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, that President Trump tweeted that they had killed, was it the second in command of one militant group? And then, oh, that's when the government now came out and said, oh, yes, it's true. We did it together. We did it together. We did it together.
Hmm.
And then people now had to ask, but I thought you people said you killed this same person some years back. And then they now came out and said, no, 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 it's not the one that we killed. They were sharing the same name. And you didn't think you need to come and tell us that it is the wrong person you took. So Nigerians would be rejoicing that you took down someone that was causing them grief, whereas the person is still very much alive. So you see that our governments are not helping. The only thing they're concerned about, the lady said in the video, she said just the same way the CBN puts up, limitations and ask questions to fintech companies, they should do the same when it comes to food and this thing. If you even say tomatoes, we should not eat rotten tomatoes. What made the tomatoes rotten? People cannot afford it. If people buy it, once it comes and people buy it, you think the need for tomatoes is not there. Many people want it, but because the money is too much, they cannot afford it. Where it's coming from the farm is, it is expensive from even the farm, right? Tomatoes is mostly produced and harvested in the north, but even in the north, we do have the seasons and the weather that is for tomatoes. Like once the sun is really hot, you're not going to be able to. They'll spoil really quickly and they will not really produce. But once the weather is cool and calm, at least you're gonna have it cheaper. And even at that cheap, it is still expensive. Because I remember my mom would say, she used to be able to buy at least a basket of tomatoes 6,000, 10,000. But now you're buying a basket, even in its season, 25,000, 35,000. you have to buy half, or you have to buy a paint bucket, or this small. So even when it is supposedly in its season, it is still expensive. So we have a problem. If we want to talk about the health, it is plenty. All those foreign agencies that are dipping their hands, like you know the way you dip your hand into soup and spoil the soup, that is exactly how they are dipping their hands into Nigeria in different aspects and trying to soil. And you sometimes you see researchers would come out and they will talk about it, and it would look like conspiracy theories. But for them to call something conspiracy, it means that there is an aspect and an iota of truth in it. So guys, open your eyes and seek for
So,
truth.
um, so
Oh,
thank
I've
you.
said a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I know that you've said a lot. So, we're not saying I am not, I've not said anything about, the next point that I wanted to talk about. But you've said, Olakunle has said, no, we're not being targeted. Anna has said, yes, maybe because she's actually closer to where farming is done and has, personal experience. All right, we're going to see shortly. Now, I remember last year, there was on Twitter, there was a lot of arguments on genetically modified organisms, GMO, right? And why do you think that um, people were against GMO in the first place? There are a lot of reasons. The first one is that when you plant that seed, right, and you get, let's say you plant maize, right, and then you get your harvest, you cannot replant that same seed again. The one that you can replant again, once you harvest and then you plant that again, it becomes sterile. Hmm. So that makes me think, right?
And I
Why
think it
do you
negatively
want?
affects the soil. It also
Yeah,
affects the
we're
soil.
coming, we're coming, we're coming to that. We're coming to that actually.
Okay.
So it makes me ask, why do you want me to buy that seed from you, right? I know it will do well, right? Where I'm supposed to have one stalk that is just small, I'll have your own three that is very big and long. Fine. But once I buy from you and I plant, I can actually replant it. Do you see where we're going? So now I have to depend on you for buying that seed. That's why I said that. Are we being targeted? I don't want to. It's not a blanket statement like we're being targeted. This is happening. This is no. But the fact is, this is what you have said. Once you take that seed from them, you start taking the seed from them all the time, every year. That's one. Two is once they give you that, in fact, they can even give it to you for free. How now? What is in it for you? Why are you giving me seed for free? Why? Can you? That's see number two. Three is now this one is more. It's a bit deeper into the um conspiracy theory. I read something online where close to a village there was a lab, Bill Gates lab there. The lab was connected to Bill Gates doing research on mosquitoes, right? And then when it was announced that the mosquitoes were being released, the occupants of the villages were coming down with malaria. How? I mean, I was my brain just made the connection that, oh, wait, if you release the mosquitoes, right, and then the villagers are getting malaria and they'll be living for there for thousands of years, nothing happened to them. Why? How is it a coincidence that you released yours, then they started getting sick? Now, that is not even where I'm going. I'm just using that as an analogy. But farmers in the north have given anecdotes, their personal experience. Once you get that seed, that GMO seed from them, and you plant, there is no way that you plant the local seed and then it will now it will germinate. It doesn't work again. It's like it's not even about it spoils the composition of your soil or anything. I'm not a scientist to know that, but I have gone the rabbit hole, and something happened in America during this, even for this GMO, this thing. There are farmers that are taking seeds from all over the places, right? So they've been engineered in such a way that if you plant your own local seed near someone that has GMO seed and they cross pollinate, your crops will die. Do you understand? Why did you engineer it that way? You couldn't engineer it to stand
I mean, I
strong and
heard about
become,
that and it was wild.
just make it,
So wild.
just make it strong. I mean, I did
It
watch.
became
You
more
know what?
scary.
You know what happened? You know what happened? That farmer, that only farmer that rejected the GMO aside, did not have a choice. I Gunmen came to his farm and killed him. Because there's not, you already lost, you already look at acres around. They've already got the GMO. You are the only one planting the local say. Once they cross pollinate, they get the GMOs. They either kill yours or they turn your own to the GMO. And now, you know what's now ridiculous there? What is ridiculous there is I'm planting my own JJ. The company that gave out the seed now sued the farmer that you now have our GMO. How? Did I get the seed from you? How?
Abraham, let me say a couple of things because I actually understand to some extent. I think let me start from where the problem is. Though I have a question, but it's not like a question, just like a rhetoric. Is it a problem of the actually people coming into the country, targeting African country, giving GMO seed? Are they the problem, or we Nigerians or we Africans accepting it from them? Because first and foremost, like I know my research, the one I've read so far and analysis, we only notice that we are the one who accept them into our society.
I
Like
can
what Anna
answer that.
actually do, why
I
Anna
can
actually
answer
give,
that
where
question.
Anna actually give a good explanatory example by saying that I come to you, I come like a support. But I think the major problem we have is, for example, is yes, GMO, as we all know, has become a major factor right now, and that's why most of our crops right now we get those seeds from international country because our land cannot even work or actually just reproduce our local seed. Do you understand? But the problem I'm asking, which I'm actually having a problem with, is it a problem of those one coming to the countries or we accepting them?
Okay,
It's
let me see. All right, please just go ahead.
yes, yes. To me, it is the problem of a few ignorant Nigerians, and it is the problem also at the same time the problem of government officials, and also the problem of these people coming in. Now, I'll start with the ignorant Nigerians. They tell you, hey, as a farmer, your crops are not doing well this season, right? I'll give you seed now. Don't worry. This one, anything that's happening this year, it will, and because they don't know, they plant it. And so once they plant it, it affects every other thing. GMO is not inherently bad, right? But it's just like a gun. You can't see a gun, everybody bang guns all over the world. It's not possible. But we know that once you have a gun, you can use that gun to assault, you can also use it to defend,
Thank
right?
yes.
So ignorant people, they cause that. Some people are not so ignorant, but because they are looking at what the gain that they are going to get. That
From it.
my farm, I used to make like 100,000 with this GMO like this. I'm going to make 600,000. Give me the, and the person doesn't know that the singular action is going to affect every other person around for miles. Two is government officials are being, I don't know, I don't want to say because I don't have any evidence. I think that they have an interest there, and the interest is financial. That's just what I
Thank you.
think.
The revenue, the revenue that come
I
from it,
think
and the
government
tax.
officials, yes, like the tax, for example, they look at it, and the people coming to get the GMO, um, to get it signed off on, right? To get it approved, they are also paying. They are paying, right? And so that is incentive. But we can also say, because there's blame here,
Rollers,
there's blame here. The
we can't
ones
roll out those
coming
ones that
too
are coming.
also have their blame, because you are the one with the gun actually. So you came with the gun, you gave the gun to someone, right? And the person is playing with the gun and it goes off, it kills another person. The blame goes round. You understand?
You
This is
understand?
the same thing with terrorism. Where are they getting those armored trucks I'm seeing in videos? Is it the Nigerian government selling it to them? No, it's coming from somewhere. It's coming from somewhere, somewhere. See, the illegal guns you would see being shipped from somewhere is going to end up somewhere. And that's the result of what we're seeing, right? So the blame goes to these three quarters, these three categories. And there's nothing that we can do except if we can solve the problem of the government and the problem of farmers. Yes, the ones coming from outside, they're not going to do
Charles did
anything.
not give me yes.
Do
So
so
thank you.
that is the answer. But now,
That's actually because many people will actually be wondering about how we how we just delimitate this issue by saying that okay, the problem of those who are coming from the country, because we need to understand from our own shit. Like I said, you can't come to my house and attack me if I don't open the door widely for you. We have seen a couple of things. I don't want to mention Lagos State, but I've seen a couple of things right now in Lagos State. We have seen what happened in Lekki, different area whereby land has been sold to Chinese countries, different Chinese companies, and we have seen
don't
how
even
people.
don't
I,
even go
I
there.
don't
Don't
even want
even
to
go
go
there.
there. Like these
Don't
are
go there.
problems in the country. So I'm
Don't
not
go there.
blaming those one actually coming. Yes, we all know that those people are actually capitalists. They want profit. They want to make ends at all means. They don't want to know if actually Nigeria is suffering from it. Nigeria have been endangered. They don't know. I'll give an example. Please, I want us to look at this thing very well. I read this
They
thing on,
know,
like
but
I
they
said,
don't
a man
care.
what a man, because I want us to understand this thing. A man was, like I said, was kidnapped. I read on Punch. Said that there's a particular route that those kidnappers actually stage they are ambushed, waiting to, according to him, said waiting to kidnap the white people who were actually in the land. Unfortunately, the white people use the next route. They did not even pass the main route, use the next route, while Nigerians unknowingly pass the route. So those kidnappers, those bandits actually kidnap Nigerians because actually they were expecting the white man to come them.
To
What sticks
pass
to my
them.
mind is that who actually who actually give the signal to the white people that don't pass the route? If you are actually not the one that open our doors to these people. So that was actually my own conception coming
Yeah,
from
yeah,
there is
of
that
course.
we might actually blame those who come to our country, but we Nigeria has about 70% problems.
We
We have
take we take the blame,
70%
yes.
faults. We take about 70% fault in it because when the man was explaining to me, was explaining in the news, I was like, how is it possible that the same route that this wife have been using for about years now, on that fateful day, decided to
The
use
only
another
day.
route? Why? Only they. Why Nigerians pass the place? So we Nigerians already give them that kind of a signal that you know what, don't pass the place. Those bands actually stay there. Why unknowing innocent Nigerians pass there and they pay? Come and see the money. The man
Barely.
was actually accommodated. Was still about 15 million, 70
Anna,
million.
what do you
So
what do you think? I think you wanted to contribute a while ago.
Yeah, I wanted to. What was it I wanted to say again? Actually, I also wanted to divide. I also wanted to divide the blame. Who would take the blame? But me, my own major concern is, as we have given the description of whatever um the modified food does to the system and it
Yes.
does to people. My own is okay, if you want to make profit, at least make it okay. Make it good for people to be able to consume, right? Because if you take their lives, if they eat whatever you give to them and they die, who else is going to patronize you? Who else is going to buy from you? Who else is going to
No, no,
will you benefit from?
Anna,
So
I think I
okay,
need to
now
say something about what Anna is saying. I
I
think
think
Anna, when
I
you are
think
done,
you're
I think I
getting,
need to put some ideas because
yeah,
maybe I'm
because
getting
let me
it
tell you something.
wrong.
Under the capitalist, let me say something. Under the capitalist, I mentioned something earlier in this discussion. I said we cannot blame the farmers. Talk about the security people that they actually employ to protect them from these bandits. Like I said, road is there, electricity is there, fuel is there. Different kind of factors actually increase this. And I put yourself in this shoe.
I'm not talking about the farmers.
No,
I'm not talking about the farmers. I am talking about those who are the companies and the organizations that are bringing in the modified food into the
okay,
system.
okay, the
Now, because you
country.
see this ginger crisis that we have, trust me, in the next 1 to 2 years, the ginger crisis will be solved. And it will be solved with substandard ginger that other countries of the
Sure.
world would not want to get. In fact, right now, we're buying ginger, but it is not as effective as it was before. I didn't even
How do
notice
you know?
that.
Have you even seen,
It is
have you even noticed? I've noticed it.
it
It
is
is
not
like
as
a wood.
effective.
Everybody
The
has
one
now.
the one that we have in the market right now is like wood.
I
At
didn't
first,
Before
I
even
bought one inside, I
notice.
you
was like, this is
didn't
not ginger.
before you didn't dare use your bare hands to cut ginger,
To
but now you
break
can do
it.
it. You can do it comfortably,
The
right?
whole thing is just
You
looking
can do it
like paper.
comfortably.
It's looking like chiseled wood. So you
Yeah.
see when I
Paper
say
or
the
wood.
the
So
chiseled wood,
so this is
the problem,
yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so now they're saying there is did they say insects? Did they even really give exactly what happened? They just said, please can you just scroll through this video? Let me see what exactly what caused it. Maybe there's a knowledge I've not gotten. Nigeria's ginger exports industry
Uh,
has gone in
um.
from, all right,
Yeah. This
That's
ginger
that kind of
industry
illustration of
it's
just
gone
give.
to zero actually. We used to
has
export
gone has
26
collapsed in
billion.
just 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. To almost
Yeah.
zero as
Cried
disease
Robert. So
outbreaks
almost
destroyed
releases.
farms across
What
major
kind of
ginger
disease?
producing
That's the
It
thing.
was.
states.
That's
It
the
was.
Thank
It
you.
was
That's
generalization.
said
my
to be.
question.
It was said
That
to
is
That's my
be.
generalization.
question.
They'll just generalize these issues. They won't
It
tell you
was.
the
It was
facts. They'll
said to
just
be.
generalize everything to us.
Yeah. It was said to be blight. But do you remember what happened to tomato a while back? You remember when I remember these skit makers did it. They staged a robbery and they found money, left the money, and went for the tomatoes. Right?
Tomato, yes.
Yeah. So we had that problem. Everybody knew that that was a genuine problem, and then it was solved. I'm not sure that it was solved with GMO, where you have to buy seed every year.
Yeah.
Do you
When
understand? Yeah. So,
when we can produce
but
naturally and
now
at
but
local
now I
level.
have a video from someone. I don't know. I'm waiting. Here I always pride myself on trying to actually counter everybody's point, whatever point they have. Oh, why should we vote for this person? Why is this thing happening? And then you say yours, and I say, what are you saying? And give you the reason why your point doesn't really make sense. So right now, this is what I found
Publication
in
by
the
Business
opposition.
Day that said Nigeria's ginger export moved from 26 billion naira to zero within a few years. Unfortunately, that is true. And it is caused by a fungal disease that causes root rot of our ginger and causes almost a total loss of the crop. As usual, there's a lot of misinformation out there. Someone said Nigeria loses its local seed and we imported GMO ginger seed and it affected our soil, so it doesn't allow our soil does not allow our own local seed to grow. It's all lies. There is nothing like GMO ginger or GMO ginger seed. Nothing like that exists. I'm not here to side the government or the agri ministry. They are all unserious people. They are not proactive to salvage this situation. But you see, these things happen. A few years ago, we were shouting Nigerian cocoa millionaires. And that is because pests ravaged both Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire cocoa plantation. And Nigerian cocoa farmers took advantage of that. If you're a student of plant pathology, history told us in 1845 when Republic of Ireland had the potatoes blight disease that ravaged potatoes production and over 1 million people died of starvation. What I'm trying to say here is that these things happen and we will overcome it. Remember 2 days ago I mentioned that tomato Ebola is back. The pest that made us to cook stew with cucumber last year is back in Kano. Many of these pests are now so stubborn because they've developed resistance to the chemicals we used against them. So it's a big problem for even plant pathologists and researchers on how to curtail these pests. I've seen people say, oh, they saw GMO ginger in the market. That is another lie. GMO ginger does not exist. What you see is called galanga. This galanga looks like ginger, but it is not ginger. They are both aromatic rhizomes.
Okay.
With similar shape. But galanga is smoother and lighter. When you taste ginger, it is spicy. but galanga is very cool, and we don't grow galanga in Nigeria. People import it from Asia, and that is why they are saying, oh, they are
And
importing
call it
GMO
ginger.
ginger. No, it is galanga that you guys are confusing with ginger. Please don't be misinformed by people online. Many of them don't know what they are talking about. Find the right source of information and follow it. Thank you.
Anna, what do you think?
Okay. They've told us that it's not ginger that we are eating, right?
It's Galanga.
So it's galanga. But
Sounds like
that
name of a
aside,
dog, Kanga.
there are there are he's saying that there's no GMO seeds now, but they are going to prefer solution to the ginger crisis in Nigeria, and it is not going to be the same ginger that we grow here. It might not happen now, it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen next year, but the solution to that crisis is definitely going to come, and if it's going to come from the capitalists, as Olakunle will make reference to, it is not going to be um something that would benefit, right, Nigeria's exports and would solve Nigeria's ginger problem at the moment. So galanga or no galanga, by the way, galanga actually exists and is actually right. It is in the ginger family. So that's what we have
Is
been
it
eating.
LD?
So
Is it actually LD?
praise praise
I
be
I've
to
seen I've
God.
seen I saw reports of farmers actually giving seeds, ginger seeds, because the ones that we have now are not be I don't know how true that is, but I know that in a in a couple of years we're going to have something back. Now we're going to see whether it is seeds that we have to buy every year, just like maize now. I've known about GMO seeds since 2017. Maize seed
It has
27.
been
I
on for a
mean
while.
now, yes, for a while. And there was a program that my mom and I were trying to be a part of. It was a farmers program, but along the line, we discovered, or maybe I discovered, that it was actually GMO seeds, because everything that was being said was, you'll be given seeds, you'll be given seeds, you'll be given seeds. So if I am given seeds and I have my harvest, right? Shouldn't I just keep a part of the harvest and then replant? Why should I get seeds? So
Seed.
it kind of
Because you
clicked
can't plant
that
it.
this thing is a GMO thing. You understand? So I don't know how true what this person has said is, but this is part of the food crisis we're talking about in Nigeria. This is
You
part
know,
of
when you
it.
talk about GMO, people who support it, people who think it is a solution to the problem would start mentioning all of the foods that we're eating right now that are GMO, and they were modified one way or the other in history. And I remember they made reference to banana, and
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, but I don't have to um buy every year banana. I don't have to. The one that grows in my house grows
Yeah,
once
I mean,
because for banana,
you
you
can
harvest it
transplant.
once. Yes, you can transplant. And the thing is, once it produces a bunch, it doesn't produce again. But
Yes,
you are going to see like probably two or three or four more
sprouts in
growing
its place.
around it.
Yeah,
So
and you can then
sometimes
take
before it
if you
even
take one if you take one and then take it to another place to transplant, it's gonna grow and then give you more
So
and
if
more and
you
more.
say it's GMO, that is fine, right? Doctors have not said stay away from banana, even though of course you eat all of these things in moderation, right? You eat fruits generally in moderation, but we have not seen any negative impact that it has
On
had
banana.
on people's health.
Hmm.
Instead, they'll tell you, oh, you need the nutrients from banana, you need to eat it, you need to take it, consume it because your body needs it. And then I do not have to go and buy the seed next year or the year after because um somebody is having like a
It's like
monopoly
it's
of
like
it.
it's like
So if
telling
you
you
say it,
it's like telling you that you have goats, but now that you have goats, you have to come and buy the next one that will give birth. Once they give birth, you sell both of them, and then you buy another one.
No, no, no,
Now
no.
we
You
give
come
birth
and buy.
again.
You come and buy. You come and buy the ewe,
now
the
give
small
now
baby.
give birth
So they are
again.
giving birth. Jesus. It's
That to me, that's how it
disheartening that that's the
sounds
situation
because
we are. To be honest, that's how it sounds because it's actually genetically modified organism and there's nothing we can do about it. Like you said, the problem started from the hierarchy from the top because if the government and the farmers can actually be educated and not be selfish about these situations, I don't think we need the GMO modified organism in our land. Like what Anna rightly said. I remember when I was small too, there was a small farmland behind my house, and I can tell everything that if not all what we need in the house, at least we planted almost like 90% of those things we need in the house: tomatoes, pepper, yam, and everything. And concurrently, we do that. We reproduce it, we replant, and it comes out genetically like normally. But right now, we use the GMO, like rightly said, and that's why we need to buy it. The problem right is that yes, I blame these people because like they know they want to neocolonize us by not coming outrightly saying that we need to show power by you guys. But the what they need to do is that for Nigerians to be dependent on them. Because like rightly know, once we started using the GMO or the seed, when we started using GMO seed, the land, the soil composition, and everything started getting distorted. Before you know it, we need to rely on the seed before we can produce anything. So the problem actually right
okay,
now is that if the government and the farmer can actually just come to their senses and try to do the needful.
right? Did
Anna,
you guys hear about this? I don't know. I'm going to need answers and your opinion if you actually think it's true. They said it is like a chain of needs or a chain of plants that they have. So they would now say to get seeds, then because they now have the monopoly of it, um they now they're now in charge, so they'll withdraw it and it becomes scarce. Now because farmers will be looking for it to get it every year, they'll withdraw it time year by year until it now becomes very scarce, where you have to maybe book, or you have to try and get connection, know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. And then at that point in time, they will now say, okay, if you want this, I heard, I don't know how true, and I want to hear your opinion. They will now say, okay, if you want it, bring your daughters to our clinic or to our hospital. Let them in exchange for their eggs. So we're going to need the eggs of your daughters
I've
and your
I've
wives
heard
and your
I've heard
sisters
I've
in
heard something like
exchange for
this.
seed. I heard it.
I
I
haven't
At
heard
this
about
point
it
in time, there's
before. I haven't
nothing that
read
is
about it.
not believable.
I
You'll be
have.
tempted
We're
to
the
want to
one of
think.
possibility.
I've
I'm
heard
telling
I've heard things
you,
about this. I've heard things
what
about
these
this.
people cannot do does not
I haven't.
exist.
I think in
I have not read about it.
I have actually. I think in Kenya or Uganda, one of those two, they actually the country withdrew from WHO, and why? Because the vaccines that were sent to that country had sterilizing agents in them. The vaccines, so we can't trust you anymore. So we have to withdraw from the
I think at some
organization.
point they also
Yes,
said the birth control that the women were taking was also negatively affecting them, not just
sir.
even their health, their hormones. It was also affecting sterility of women, the ability to conceive when they stop. So they had to start raising questions of what is included here. That is why when Abraham asked, are there foreign influence? I said, hell yes. Because when you look at all of these things, when you look at all of these track record, all of these experiences, and you read all of these things that you read, even though you might say, oh, they're not 100% true, people would definitely add their own maggi and pepper, which I'm not really sure. But there is an iota of truth in it. There is, people don't just wake up to cause problems. And I love it. I love the fact that the country actually withdrew. Like, you know what, we are capable on our own. And that is what I'm expecting the giants of Africa to do. Not go to a table where you think they're not giving you the seat. You know, they'll tell you if you don't have a seat at the table. What's that song again? He said, if I don't get something on the table, I go change the chair, something like that. There are some tables that if you do not have a seat, you take your damn self out. You don't beg to sit, because when you sit, they'll give you their terms and their conditions, and you're going to have to abide by it. Nigeria
Yeah,
does have
sure.
what it takes. See, if we do not let anybody involve in the ginger crisis we have in Nigeria, I don't want to swear, but Igbo people say makachi. Makachi will find a problem. I'm serious.
Sure.
If we don't wait for the easy way out, or people to come and say, you know what, oh, I see you have a problem,
Let me
I have a
solve it.
solution. Like all this
I,
animation,
I,
I have a
I think
solution.
I think I know the solution to your problem.
We can find our problems. We can find a way to settle, find a solution and even fix it. But because we're always waiting for aid, we're always trying to borrow. At this point, they're saying every Nigerian is owing 200 and how many thousand, 300,000. And I'm wondering who on
On
earth
your
gives birth to a
behalf.
child and names the child every
On your
Nigerian?
behalf.
Because I believe it's not me. Maybe somebody named their child every
Are you
Nigerian, so
sure?
every
Are
Nigerian
you
is
sure?
now owing money.
Anna,
Because can't be
Anna,
me.
Anna,
I know
if Nigeria is
nobody.
so today, you will pay. If Nigeria is so today,
Every
you will pay.
Nigerian. Wow, you mean you gave your child, you name your child these 7 days, now doing
Every
Christian, you now name your child
Nigerian.
every Nigerian?
Every
How? You're
Nigerian.
so mean. You're not nice.
Anna,
But
Anna, you are
so
playing
that is
delivery.
what
You are playing delivery.
that
Well,
is what
If
we go
Nigeria.
for. So when they give
speaking
you
of
their
which,
terms and conditions, you just
yeah,
accept it,
yeah,
and
you have no choice.
it's
Well, speaking
it's
of
very bad.
which, that's even just an aspect of the food crisis that we're talking about. Everything, just you know, rest assured that we're talking about everything that goes inside of us. Now, I mean, I for about a year now I stopped taking soda, and I think this video
These
would
two
shed light
bottles,
on
both
why
are
I did
Fanta
that.
orange. But why is the one on the left, the Nigerian one, vibrating with a neon glow, almost radioactive in color, while the one on the right looks something closer to an actual fruit? The answer isn't just different recipes, it is a story of corporate double standards, uneven regulation, and a legal battle that exposed something most consumers were never meant to see. Fanta is one of Nigeria's most popular soft drinks. Birthdays, weddings, shops, school canteens, roadside kiosks, and almost every neighborhood fridge. For many Nigerians, it is not just a drink, it is culture, nostalgia, routine. But to understand Fanta's place in Nigeria, you first have to understand the scale of our soft drink economy. Nigeria is Africa's largest soft drink market. We consume an estimated 53 billion liters of beverages every year, and carbonated drinks make up the majority of that market, with brands like Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Pepsi controlling nearly 70% of sales. In urban areas, many consumers consume between 4 to 8 bottles a week, and an average of 6 bottles weekly according to some studies. And despite inflation, shrinking incomes, and new sugar taxes introduced, demand has not meaningfully fallen. But popularity
Now that one
does
shocked
not
me
equal
pass.
quality. We've been told that Fanta is harmless, just a soft drink, just sugar and fizz. But in 2017, a Lagos High Court pulled back the curtain on something far more uncomfortable. The case began after Nigerian-made Fanta and Sprite were flagged in international trade disputes, where UK health authorities reportedly rejected a shipment as unfit for human consumption. The court ordered that mandatory warning labels must be put on the bottles and fined NAFDAC of 2 million naira for failing to protect Nigerian consumers. The court saw the danger. The judge saw the discrepancy. Different standards, same product, different risk thresholds. Now, here is the part you won't see today. Go outside to a kiosk and buy a bottle. There is no warning label. 10 years after the ruling, the instruction exists more in legal memory than in physical packaging. So what happened? Appeal, regulatory pushback, and policy deferral. This all led to administrative silence, and eventually the system absorbed the shock. the warning became an advisory. The advisory became optional and the bottle stayed the same. Now here is where the science becomes political. The risk is not simply presence or absence, it's about concentration, storage conditions, heat exposure, consumption patterns, and regulatory thresholds. The Nigerian bottling company argued that preservatives were within Nigerian legal limits and that tropical climates require higher preservation. On paper, that sounds technical, but translated, it simply means Nigeria is hotter, so we need more chemicals to keep the drink stable. But that argument is a lie and breaks down under comparison. Take environments like Saudi Arabia, United Emirates, Kuwait. Their temperature is much higher than Nigeria, and yet there is no benzene found in their Fanta. These are environments where temperature regularly exceeds 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, and in many cases hotter than Nigeria's average extreme. Yet, beverage production there seems to not uniformly rely on high preservative thresholds. Instead, companies often adapt through better manufacturing, cold chains, and stricter addictive limits. Ghana, another tropical market, has also maintained more conservative thresholds in certain categories. So the heat requires more chemicals argument is not a universal rule. It is one interpretation among several possible systems. If heat triggers a chemical reaction that turns benzoic acid into benzene, a known carcinogen, then logic says a hotter climate needs less benzoic, not more. This raises a harder question. If other hot markets manage risk differently, why is higher chemical tolerance the default here? And then there's the red, Allura red. In parts of Europe, this dye is heavily restricted and in some formulations comes with a mandatory warning, may have adverse effect on activity and attention in children. In some countries, it has been banned for decades. Why? Because studies have linked artificial food dyes to ADHD, hyperactivity, and gut damage. But in Nigeria, it is just coloring. No warning, no caution. We are feeding our children a chemical that other countries have deemed too risky for theirs. In London, Fanta gets its color from carrots and pumpkins. In Lagos, it gets its color from petroleum-derived dyes. The brand is global, but the protection is local. When a company uses natural extracts for one market and synthetic chemicals for another, they are telling you exactly what they think your health is worth. And that is a deeper pattern. Meanwhile, global beverage companies continue to invest heavily in Nigeria's market because the demand is strong and the regulatory environment is lax. Which brings us to the moral tension of this entire story. Nobody is saying Fanta is uniquely dangerous or uniquely safe. That is not the point. The point is this: the same product does not behave the same way across countries. The same brand does not carry the same threshold or risk everywhere. And the same consumer trust is not always backed by the same level of protection. So when Nigerians drink Fanta, the real question is not just what is in the bottle, it is who decided that this version of the product is the acceptable one here. And more importantly, if standards change depending on where you live, what does that say about whose health is prioritized and whose is negotiable? Because in the end, this is not just a story about soda, it is a story about systems, about inequality disguised as regulation, about how everyday consumption hides global decisions made far away from the people who live with them. And once you see that, even a familiar orange bottle stops feeling ordinary.
Well, that's a self-explanatory. And so self-explanatory at the same time, shocking to know that Nigeria's health is not prioritized at all.
Olakunle, hold on. How many companies in Nigeria do you think? Let me say the negative thing now. How many companies in Nigeria do you think have gone over the threshold of chemicals they're supposed to put in their products? I'm talking
I don't think so.
everyday items, sardines, tomato paste,
I don't know.
Bread.
bread, like our madam. We don't want to mention name before I get phone calls
Before we
that
get from
do you,
solicitors.
do you know who madam is? Do you know what do you know even what happened? Yeah? They went on TikTok and started advertising that the bread now spoils in less than 24 hours.
Somebody give the Lord a praise.
Say
Why
it
would they do
spoils in
that?
less
They
than
actually
24
just
hours. I
indicted
say
themselves. Why would
Jesus.
they do that kind of things?
They're just
You
shooting
just
themselves
indicted
in the
yourself
foot.
because that's what I'm saying. Why would you do such a
So
thing?
So my
So your
question
question,
is,
Abraham.
how many companies do you think have gone over the threshold of, I mean, the chemicals are bad in themselves, but now we're talking about those that have gone above the threshold because they want to preserve what they have on their shelf, or maybe when they send it out, they want it to have a longer shelf life rather. So how many? How many do you
To me, I
think?
don't know. I don't know because this is a country where a lady just give us a well explanatory note on the one that is accepted in Nigeria, despite the fact that those who are actually in charge, the legal system, the government who are actually in charge of this thing knows this. So it's actually baffling for us to asking the question how many, because if Fanta as one case study can be so obvious that we accept this kind of danger in our land. So the question is how many more? And the question is, oh,
Well,
none is actually left out. That's the question.
so that is what I call the food crisis, because this is food, everyday food to Nigerians. And when
But
you
now not
say,
only
oh,
Nigerians.
yeah, yeah, everybody, see, bricklayers, carpenters, people who work odd jobs, this is what
Nothing
they
you will say.
drink.
Bricklayers will not even answer you. This is like their
This
daily
is
bread.
this is what they this is
Bread
what
and
and
Fanta or bread and Coke.
Jesus.
that is what they
And
take. That is their
I can count probably 2 years ago. That was the last time I took soda. Maybe 2 years ago. I've
So
actually
if
so
you
stopped taking
say
it.
benzene or whatever, nothing concern
they don't
them.
Ben's well.
they don't care. They don't care. But if you didn't put the chemicals, if you have the standard and they took it, they wouldn't have to deal with the adverse effects of the chemicals. You
Sure.
understand? So this is another crisis that we're facing in Nigeria.
Mm.
Another one. There's
Another one
food
crazy.
crisis in different places.
Different aspects.
Different
She's
places.
true.
I can tell you, sardines now, right? If you check sardines, buy sardine, for example, right? And keep it. I've seen sardines in supermarkets with rusty tin.
Cover.
The
Yes,
lead.
you know it's metal.
Yeah, the lead
Rusty.
is
Rust.
Jesus.
How long has he been there on the shelf? How long? And I can tell
That,
Not
you,
too
that's so
when
long.
bad.
you buy bread now, for instance, the very big bread that people like Olakunle that live in Lagos now, people like
I don't even
that
take
they
bread. I
buy
don't even eat bread.
the
I
the
don't even
big
eat bread.
one. I said people like you. I didn't say you. The big ones are do you know that bread? Do you know how long it has stayed with people who are selling it?
It's actually
Sometimes,
true.
sometimes I would buy. I stopped buying them, but I mean, this year I just came to my senses and why is this bread smelling this way? Why is the odor this strong? Because the preservative in it is quite, I don't know, over the top. And you buy it
Can last for 1 year.
1 week, 2 weeks,
Everlasting
3
bread
weeks.
of life.
What's going on here?
Eat and never
Anna,
be
Anna,
hungry
Anna, Anna,
again.
Anna, what you are doing to this bread, I don't like it. Which one is everlasting bread of life?
Uh,
Even
It's
Jesus
because
Christ will not
I
be.
actually love bread. The thing is, I love
I don't
bread,
even eat
but
bread. I don't
because
take bread.
because we've had to have this question of how healthy some of these things are. Just have to forfeit it until I'm able to make my own at home with what
I
ingredients
trust you.
I
I trust
know
you.
Actually, Olakune, do you
is
remember the bakeries that we used to have
healthy.
in Lagos? Different parts of Lagos. There are local bakeries, right? You would go to them. People wouldn't buy bread that is a day old. If it's more than 24 hours, it's cold. People don't
They
buy
don't
it.
buy
So
it. It's called.
you
They
go to
don't
the
buy it.
bakery and you
Bakery.
buy fresh bread from there. And they don't make more than they can sell because they know that it's gonna get spoiled,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right?
sure. They don't.
Those were the bread that we buy
But now you
while I
don't
was
even know where
growing
the
up.
bakeries are.
They, I don't
It's
know.
now
Even
a classified this thing.
You would need
facility. A
you would
classified
need
It's
facility.
you would
classified
need you would need the CIA, the FBI. You would need NIA,
Classified government
to come
Scotland
and
facility.
Yard.
declassify
You would
it.
need Mossad, Spetsnaz to track down where bakeries are
Oh
now
my god.
in
Holy
In
God.
Lagos. I mean, Just
I'm
go
telling
in.
you, it's a center. Actually, it's a center
we
of
we
excellence
had
in a
we
different
had
form.
a bakery beside our own house. People knew, people all around knew that if you want to buy something, you get people from 10 streets away. The parents will send them, go buy bread from this place. Why? Because it's gonna be fresh. But right now, what we depend on is to buy bread in traffic or buy at the bus stop where you know what they do now. They transport the bread in baskets. They load them, and I don't know. Olakunle, do you remember that we don't? There's a limit to the size of bread that you could get even at the bakery. You can't get bread this size. It's not
You
possible.
can't. It's not
But
possible.
now we can get bread this size. And
A
the
lot
last
of
time
things
I saw
actually
it,
changed
I'm
in
like,
Nigerian
what's
food
going
system.
on?
A
What are
lot
you
of things
trying to
has
do?
changed in Nigerian food
The bread
system.
doesn't fit
The human being
inside.
get lost in here.
The
I'm
bread
telling
doesn't
you, a lot
doesn't
of
fit
things has
inside my
happened.
bag. My backpack. Do you know what that is? My laptop can fit inside my bag, but the bread that you're making very
Is
long
it that
and
one that
wide
shocked you?
can't fit inside my bag. Why? What's going on? What are you
Is it
Abraham,
doing?
that one
calm
I
down.
showed you?
I I mean, what
You
are
know
you
that he actually eats
doing?
bread. That's actually why he was,
Do you know? Do
he
you know what
was
I think? Do you
confused.
know? Do you know why I think they're doing that? Because they know that if I make this bread this big, it's not gonna get spoiled. So even if I sell
Yeah.
it in the next 6 months, it doesn't matter.
I
That
mean,
so
well, from
damn
this side of the
damn
planet, at
damn
least
everything.
bread used to, at least most the from the bakery that I know I used to get from 2 days, 3 days. You already know that you need to put this in the fridge
Hold on, hold
to
on,
preserve it.
hold on.
Anything that would stay up to 5 days
This
now
is
is a
this
problem.
is this is
And you still want to
higher
describe the bread for
hold
us?
on. It's getting to me. This is a higher education, right? The bread is longer. Bread is
Yeah,
longer
it's
than this higher
possible now.
Is it
It's
education.
not the one
possible
you
right now.
ordered for?
No, I mean, I, I didn't necessarily buy it, but I can see it.
Yeah,
Although
you said
maybe
the one
maybe
you that for.
I might have bought a couple of times, but the
Eh,
bread is longer than this. Longer than this.
Confess.
The age. You know the age we are
Look
now.
at this is higher education notebook that we use. Do you know how long this is? Look at, and you make bread that is
Abraham,
long.
Abraham, that is the
Jesus
new generation we are now. Those are the things that we can actually, those are the things that we can actually, look into deeper. Like we said, it's now becoming a classified facility whereby you don't know
Do
where,
you
where
guys,
this bread is
so
being
do you now
manufactured from.
say, now you have to avoid all these foods, which is something that we
What
literally
do we?
grew up eating? Like,
Well,
Hmm.
now they would say fruit also has some kind of preservative to keep
Yeah,
them,
yes,
alive. That's like I
fresh,
used to
yes.
wonder, you say you want to buy fruit, you go to supermarkets, go to the person by the road who will be begging you to buy it because they know it will go
you
bad.
Yeah,
you
That
remember
one.
when Olakunle bought apple from supermarkets.
it's actually not my
Look,
fault.
I think
You have been to some
I bought
areas,
an
like I
apple
said.
earlier this month. I bought an apple earlier this month, and when I looked at the ones on the in the rubber in that same like arranged, at least I touched one. I saw that it was getting soft, and I knew that okay, this apple, all the very okay. So
Hmm.
I came
Yeah,
back
it makes
home
sense.
and
Not that
I
the
forgot
shell is.
I forgot to remove it from the nylon. So it was in my bag. I was supposed to put it in the fridge. And by the next morning, one part of it, one just very small dent, was already soft. And yeah, I said, okay, now I'm eating something that I know is alive.
Is
And even the
yes.
insects and the bugs want
Know
it.
that
But
it
if
is
you get
alive.
apple and you keep it weeks, the apple is still there looking very gallant and okay. You know that these things are not they're not healthy. There's something in it that is keeping it that way, and definitely that thing is not okay for my body. Once my body absorb it, it will definitely affect my health. So at this point, like this, I don't even know what I'll say to you people, ladies and gentlemen, on what to eat
Hold on.
or how
Yeah.
to go about
That
it.
and
But we do have
that's actually
alternative
our
to
biggest fear.
drinks.
Yeah, we do.
We do have
Hmm.
alternative to drinks. That's a good thing. You have your
The
zobo.
alternative is water. No,
If you
Zobo,
cannot
just go back
make
to water. Go back
If you
to water,
cannot
the
make,
alternative to drink.
if you want to take something, because even zobo is very healthy. If you cannot, at least it is healthy.
It's
You
like
don't you
Olakunle
don't need
has
to
not
even add
seen
sugar.
he has not seen the hype that these Oyinbo people gave to what is it called? They gave to hibiscus. They are calling it zobo. It's
Don't mind them.
refined hibiscus, refined one.
Look, please, I'm not going to follow them to say whatever they are saying. If I even learn the Yoruba and the Igbo name for Zobo, that's what I'll be calling it. I know it
Hold
is
on, guys.
hibiscus. Thank you very
Hold on,
much.
guys. Hold on. Now, apart from all these things that we've said, there's even another crisis you guys are not even looking at. They've
Holy
called us.
Father.
They've called us the top food wasters in Africa. Watch.
Abeg. Do you know that Nigeria has been named the African top food waster with 38 million tons lost? Number one in Africa, Nigeria, the food waster. Now, according to the press release, about 40% of Nigerians' food is wasted before it reaches consumers. Now, according to them, the key factors is inadequate cold storage, poor road networks damaging produce during transportation, lack of proper packaging, and inefficient supply chains. Yes, this hits farms hardest. Unlike consumer level waste in wealthier nations, solutions like better infrastructure could cut it significantly. Yes, like, can you imagine that? Number one in Africa, food waster. Honestly, our government needs to look into this one. The other day I saw a video of a man, saying something about pineapple, the way they left it in the farm, the thing was spoiling and all that. Like, something needs to be done about this. So 38 million tons lost. And we dey complain say hunger.
I need you guys to watch.
We dey complain say hunger dey for this country. Look at the amount of food we
video.
waste. Hey, God, I beg, guys.
It's getting there. Don't worry.
Your thoughts on this? Like, what do you think about this? Hunger dey, but food dey waste. Make it make sense.
Say make dem serve
Those
am
are people, right?
say make dem serve am for plate. Dem don make dem serve am for plate for the plate.
So, in not so long, do you agree that we are top food wasters in Africa?
Yes and no. Yes, in the aspect of lack of proper storage. Like the woman rightly said, that will actually be my best for my saying here, because we have farmers who actually produce in large quantity, but
No. We're not
there's
even.
a lack of
We've agreed that not having storage facilities actually affect us, and we waste food because of that, right? I'm talking about as individuals in Nigeria now, right? That's what I'm talking. So in Nigeria as individuals, do you think that we are
we are full
wasting
waster.
food? Mm.
Yes, well, to some extent, I would say, to some extent, let
And
me
do
just
you
give you a
think
statistic. I would say,
and do you think it is
I would say,
contributing to the food crisis that we have in Nigeria?
okay, to my honest understanding and to my honest reply, I would say yes. We are actually food waste. I've seen say a couple of people. I think this actually just deal with classism. When it comes to class in Nigeria,
What do you
the
think
elites.
is the solution then? What do you think is the solution?
I don't. In that aspect, there's no solution in that aspect, because, like I said, when it
Anna,
comes to food waste,
think
I will say that, because you know what I'm saying, that there's no solution from my own end, is that when it comes to food wasting, when it comes to human being, I think it's come with class. Like I said, the rich versus the poor. You never see a poor man wasting the food. I've seen a couple of. I've been to a different environment whereby you go to that bin, you see food, dumb food, fresh food. And if you ask them a couple of them, like, that was yesterday's food, and my children don't eat yesterday's food. So To that kind of situation, we can't make law for them that if you waste food, these are actually just personal decisions they made for themselves, which actually affecting us because a little bit affecting us because if you can actually have a kind of money like that, you can actually just contribute back to the society by giving to those who actually need it. That's why I say I don't think there's a proper solution from my own end because it's between class. It has nothing to do with government. It becomes an individual wasting food. This has to do with class. You have been to Lagos Island like Lekki, Aja, phase one and phase two. If you check their bin, I'm telling you, if you check their bin, you just ask yourself this that why are they wasting food? You will see that these food are not stale, they are not bad food. They are fresh food, probably because it's yesterday food, they don't want to eat it again. Some people tell you that I don't microwave my food, my children don't eat microwave, my children don't eat microwave. I've seen a couple of questions, parents telling that my children don't eat microwave food, I don't put my phone inside the fridge. Once it's yesterday, we dump it away. So that kind of situation from my own end, I think we can just moralistic level, but just telling ourselves to do better.
Anna, what do you think? You think that is true? Do you think there's a solution?
To food waste?
Yes.
No, I got nothing to say. I still want to go the old school way, the
Go
Egypt
the
way.
what do you mean? What is the Egypt way?
The Egypt way, the 7 years of famine where we have in history, or the
take
7 years
take
of
take what you
plenty.
can only eat.
Thank
I
you. Wait,
remember.
thank you. But since people are the ones, as Olakunle rightly said, people are the ones affording, they're the ones buying it. So you cannot solve a problem when it comes to individualistic issues like that. Because they will ask you from where to where.
Is it
Like,
your
are you the
money?
one buying
That's
the
the
food for
question
me?
they'll ask you.
Thank you.
That is the question.
Thank you. So um
Well,
I'm not sure. I don't think you can really solve that problem except we now have we are now looking at other food crisis issues or food waste, sorry, food waste problems. Then we can look for how to fix that, the storage now. Aha,
yeah, I think that
there
one
are
can be
ways that we could,
reduced.
it
That
could
that
be
one that one can
fixed.
actually be
What
applicable.
other
Yes,
way,
that one.
what other this thing would cause? I think that's just basically it, honestly.
That's just the basic thing, to be
From
honest.
storage, and when it gets into the hands of the consumers, it is based on their discretion to, it is just like
Without waste it, without to
the
waste it as a
human,
consumer.
it is just maybe it's okay, human empathy or sympathy would say, all right, people cannot really afford, so I shouldn't throw it away, even if I won't give it to them, right? At least I should preserve it and respect what I get to eat because it is serving me. So
So, the solution, there's no solution actually apart from solving the storage facility issue. But there was a solution that was tried in America at the time. This was long ago, so I'm not sure it's even going to work for Nigerians. Nigerians, as luckily as said, are classist. They can't do things like that. Um, there's something called household stead, right? Household stead that America had at that time. It was in America. Having a household stead cut the egg supply, egg sales by 30% or even more. I think it was by one third of it. So it's like when you have a homestead, you don't need to buy eggs um, just one time out of three times, right? So if you wanted to buy eggs, it reduces. That industry felt it, and then the food waste also reduced by one third at that time. So I think for me, especially for people who have this problem, I think the only way that they can salvage it is to have a homestead, and apart from that, nothing else. I mean,
I think
restaurant.
there's also something that I think I've seen, even though they're like individual organizations that are putting this together. It is that
Okay.
you, for what you cannot eat, instead of dumping it, right, they would have people come pick it up and then distribute it or create like a safe house where people who don't have would go and get them, right? I saw an organization doing it in the US where they would go pack like the ones that restaurants would put away, the ones that households would put away. Then they come to their warehouse and they sort them out. The ones that are bad, like the ones that are bad, like those tomatoes we saw now, they'll throw them
Mm-hmm.
away. But the ones that are relatively still good, right? They'll package them in paper bags and then release them out. People then come to pick them up. And then same thing for cooked food. If um just as for cooked food now, it cannot last probably a day or two, right?
Yeah.
It is something
Sure.
that have to be consumed within the next 24 hours that the food is released. But I can assure you that if you take cooked food like that, you will definitely get people who would eat. The only problem now is the entitlement that would arise
By it. So
from
I
it.
They'll
think
actually
That's the
buy
only
it.
I think
problem. That's the
I
only
think
problem.
we
But that can also work if
uh,
now it's not government organization. We cannot depend on the government to do that. It would have to
never
be NGOs or individual organizations who say, okay, you know what, we're going to do this. Government, you can fund us. People who are well meaning can
can
also
donate.
fund this
Mm-hmm.
project while we do this so that we don't have food going to waste. Like those
Yeah,
ones now that they
I
say they're
get
trying
you.
to eat warm food or any food that is overnight. Those
Yeah.
ones, microwave it, no problem. What microwave it and give it out. Somebody else is going to eat it.
It, mm. All right. We've come a very long way, and we've said a lot. This is about the food crisis, and I hope that this maybe someone would watch it, get one or two from it, and pass it on to another person, or maybe go the rabbit hole. All right. So right now, we're going to the next thing on our agenda, which is we we have to do this. We didn't do this last week because of a couple of technicalities, a couple of glitches that happened, right? But we can make do of what we have today, right? So who goes first? Hmm.
Let me go first.
Okay. Olakunle goes first. Anna, are you still with us?
Of course, you just have
Yeah.
to fix something.
Okay. All right. We is he ready? Okay. Okay. It's not coincidence that it was the day I mentioned that you bought apple from a supermarket that you got therapy. It's not coincidence. So we're going to see. Let's see what we have for Lakunle here. Okay, therapy. So are you ready? Now that's your question.
What child cartoon character would make the best therapist, and what advice would they give you today? Cartoon
Very, very,
character.
very simple. Or you want to tell me you didn't watch
Hey, hey, hey,
cartoon?
hey, hey. I do, I do. Is it Diego? I think it's Diego on Silverbed.
On
Diego the
what?
Explorer. Hmm. Diego the Explorer.
Well,
Diego
I
the
didn't.
Explorer.
I didn't. I
Yes,
didn't watch
that's
that.
cartoon.
Let me.
Are
Let
you
me. Let me. Let
Anna?
me. Let me.
Anna,
Let
are
me.
you
Let me
sure?
check. There you go.
Diego the
The
Explorer.
the
Yes,
Explorer.
now.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm trying to
Anna, you
search
see, you
for
have
it.
not watched, you have not seen Diego the Explorer. We
Is
can't
it
hear you. We can't hear you,
Diego
Anna.
or Dora the Explorer?
No,
There's
no,
No, no,
no,
no,
Diego
no.
no,
the
no,
There's
no, no.
Explorer.
Diego first before Dora. There's a male before the female. There's a Diego first before Dora. Yeah, no, there are
Mm,
male and female. So it's
I
only the
don't
female
know
you watched,
Diego.
right? It is the female
All right.
character you watched, right? Yes,
Yeah.
now. Yeah, the Diego the Explorer. I actually watched Diego the Explorer. Yes, I think it's
Okay.
Diego the Explorer. Yeah, now.
Abraham,
It's
can
there.
you
Can you see?
fact check?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I just
I'm
checked it
trying
right now.
to.
2005.
I'm
I
trying
have
to. I'm
TTS on
trying
Google.
to.
Just type
Hold on.
Diego Explorer on Google. I remember now before the Diego, that even Nickelodeon, before Dora Explorer
All right.
started.
I look at this. This is
Yeah,
this
thank
is
you.
Diego.
That's
Can
Diego
you
the
see
Explorer,
Anna?
yes.
Okay, it's
So
actually the
Anna,
same.
so Anna,
Like even the
no,
Dora
no,
self
not the
looks
same.
like the
It
Diego.
came first.
Yes,
Diego
now
started first before we have
look
Dora.
at
I watched the two. And I watched the two. Like,
Go
yes. It
Diego,
was
go!
yes
wow.
now. It's
So
actually it started with Diego before it goes to Dora. I think
Okay.
after Diego, people were asking for the female character that they then brought out the Dora the Explorer. So actually, the moral lesson actually stands with me then was to be curious, and I think that actually helps me a lot of time in my life
Is
to be
that is
curious
that
of
a
everything, to
therapy?
question.
yeah, that's
Yes,
therapy. Yeah.
yes. To be
Let's say
honest,
Okay.
to be curious because to be honest, it actually helped me a lot to ask questions at almost. And I remember also
Mm-hmm.
it taught me a lot about how to solve puzzle using different kind of map. That was then I realized that sometimes if you lost something in the house,
yeah,
you can just sit
you're
down.
forgetting one part of the question. What
And
advice do
what
they give
advice
you
will you
today?
give? What advice
That
would they give you today?
will they
I'm
give you
still saying
today? Yes.
yeah, I'm still saying the
He's still
same thing. To
answering.
be curious,
Okay. Oh
still the
yeah.
same thing. To be curious, to be curious. Because I remember then one of the lessons I taught was that if
Ah,
we lost,
yeah. You
probably
answered it
you
well. I
misplaced
wanted to
something in
say.
the room.
I wanted to say that. I wanted to say that Diego is not. Is going to tell you to just play around, wake up, eat, don't
Like
go
to
to
be honest,
school,
no,
don't go
no,
to
not at all. If
work.
you watch Diego from the beginning, Diego will be I think the cartoon start from the bush, with his I think one of his pets. A map will be given to him. Find a girl, rescue this person, and at the same time, he taught us to be our brother's keeper. Up to now, sometimes even if I watch the Diego, just be there
Makes
for people
sense.
who actually need. But Diego solve puzzles, solve problems throughout. So I one of my
Oh.
best. So Anna
We
is
need
not
to
a
give
Diego
Diego
explorer.
Nigeria problems.
The song is for Nigeria, right?
Let Diego come and solve our problems for
Moving
us.
on
We
to the
need
next one,
therapy in
please.
Nigeria.
Uh,
All right, Anna. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yep.
I should not give you food.
therapy.
Why am I saying
Yeah,
therapy
therapy.
again? Okay.
You need to confess.
Do
It's
you,
time to
do you want to go?
confess.
Do you want to go with therapy or you want to respin?
No, therapy.
Wow, what's going on? Seems someone broke Anna's heart. I'm here for it.
No, break my heart, okay? Never. If I cannot answer this question, we're moving to the next. Wait, no. Where's it? I didn't read it.
No, no, this is your question. That's fine. The one I answered. This is yours.
This is yours. How did
How do
you?
you unlearn the habits of replying "I'm fine"
Yes,
before your brain
yes,
even checks in with your
yes,
body?
yes, yes, yes,
What the heck?
yes.
Why are you so excited?
I'm excited because this is proper therapy. I'm
Uh,
seeing here. Proper
okay.
therapy.
Have I really unlearned the habit of replying "I'm fine" even when I'm not? No, I haven't.
Are you sure?
Confession.
Hmm.
Are you sure you're not the
Yeah,
No,
that's
one that
cool.
we have to contribute money for to get to therapy?
Well,
I haven't.
actually true.
The reason is because the reason I did not put in that effort because it's not. I've thought about it countless times. I have thought about it. I remember the first time it made sense to me. The first time it clicked in my head was when I went to see my doctor. Not my doctor. I went for a checkup. I went to see the doctor. And so where you go into the office and then you greet. So I went in and I greeted the doctor. Good morning. And the doctor asked me, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm fine." And then I thought about it, like, if I'm really fine, I'm not going to be sitting in front of you.
What I
I
did.
came here because I'm
Hmm.
not fine. So, so that day it clicked, and every time someone actually asks me, thank you. Oh, thank you. So every time someone asks me, like, "How are you?" Of course, the brain, or the muscle memory. Now, I don't even know if it's the brain. The muscle memory response is always, "I'm fine." Then you ask yourself, Am I really? Am I really fine?
Fine. Hmm.
But the reason I have not really put in so much effort in fixing that is because if I tell you I'm not fine and I tell you my problem, can you solve it? No.
I love that.
Mental
I actually
roundabout.
love that. I love that. I love that.
Thank
I love that.
you. Ah,
And I think, and I
Ah,
think, I think I will not let my
ah,
own too. I won't tell people I'm not fine. I'm fine
ah.
because problem solve,
so
problem share is not problem solve.
problem share this problem for us Nigerian news.
Jesus. Oh my
All right,
So
God.
now moving on.
for BBC.
No
So
problem.
I really just thought
Comment
about it
share
like, and honestly, to be very honest, I'm someone that I really find it difficult to open up. Uh, I know how to
Definitely.
like can in and bottle up a whole lot. So it really take a lot for me to now start on, let me talk like Kamala Harris, unburden what has been. So if I cannot unburden what has been, and if I start to unburdening what has been, and it looks like the unburdening is too much for you, where
Are
are
you
we not gonna
sure?
stop?
Are you sure that you're not trying to make therapy for yourself here now?
That's what I
Yeah,
All
do.
right.
That's what I do,
yeah.
and I'm not ashamed to actually say it. I find comfort in myself and this in myself. So I try to. So if I now start to unburden, if I now start to release, and it becomes too much for you,
Well,
Sure.
I am the winner here today. I am the winner here today. You know why?
because
I
you
don't
are
have to
clapping
do
for
any
me.
again therapy. There's no therapy for me.
Sure.
There's no therapy.
Why? It's a lie.
Ye-
Go to the next therapy question. You're not
There's
gonna
no
spin
there's no
nothing.
therapy. There's no therapy question. Oh my goodness.
I feel like this thing is glitched one way or the other. Or the
There's
gods are
no
just working for
there's
us
no
today.
there's no therapy question for me. The questions are exhausted. Sorry.
You must
I have
answer.
to I have to
You must.
respin. I
It's
have
gonna
to
stop in
respin.
therapy.
Okay. Culture and tradition. There's no problem. Let's see. Let's see. Culture and tradition. Alright. This is my question. Okay. It says, which cultural myth shaped your perception of left-handedness, and have you unlearned it? Hmm. Well,
I don't think there's a cultural myth.
this is not
Do you
actually
have a
a myth.
left-handed person in your family?
No, but I've had interactions with left-handed people, right? Um, these left-handed people, I don't know how they survive because in the African culture, you don't give something to your elders, someone older than you, using your
Use
left
your left
hand.
hand.
And in fact, you don't
Sure.
even use your left hand to point at
The signs of disrespect.
your
Yes.
house or your, I don't know. You don't
I don't want
point.
to
You don't
steal
use
Sure.
it
this
to
from you, but I have
point.
a lot
No,
to
no.
say.
Yeah,
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I have
Are
stay
you
with
are
something.
this.
you
Not
Let
a
him
lot.
stay with. Let
Not a
him
are
lot.
you
stay. Just let him
are
So,
stay.
you
something.
Let him
No, no,
stay.
no, no,
Let
no,
him
no. That's why I
stay.
said
Let
I
him
don't want
stay.
to steal it.
are
I don't
you
want to steal it. Go
are you
ahead.
left-handed? Are you left-handed?
No, I'm not. But I'm the only left-handed. I'm the only right-handed girl in my house. So I have
So that
direct.
question is basically for you. Don't worry. When I'm done, you're
It's not
gonna
for
chip in
me, dude.
whatever.
Answer your question.
That's yours. Thank you. That's
Well,
yours.
well,
That's our next
actually,
question.
actually, how I think, I think this part of culture and tradition is not fair to left-handed people. I'm not left-handed, but I have them as friends. It's not fair to them, right? Because their brain is wired to use their left hand to do everything they want to do. So I'm not sure that they were asked to unlearn it. They had to unlearn it. I worked with a doctor in 2016 that said I'm originally a left-handed person, but my parent forced me to become a right-handed person. And if you look at his handwriting, it's terrible. I'm saying it because I can remember it. It's terrible, terrible. So yeah, so it was when we saw it, it was like, I don't mind my handwriting. I was left-handed, and I was forced to change it to right-handed. And I don't think you unlearn it. You are forced to change it because it is
Sure. The
it is
culture, that
culture,
is
it is
culturally.
tradition. Yeah. And
Sure.
the first time I learned that that wasn't actually something bothering to someone not of non-African origin was when I watched Home Alone, uh, the first Home Alone, and then was it the first? No, not the first. The third one, where a chip was involved. If you watch Home Alone, you know that there was a part where some people put a chip inside a toy car, and then it got to one woman's house, blah blah blah. So when at the end of the uh at the end of the movie, the small boy handed over the chip to the inspector of police using his left hand, and something clicked, and I'm like, wait,
We're like, look at this
eh?
guy.
You're enjoying? That's enjoyment for you. You're enjoying that, really. Like you just want to flex because you got the chip, right? Right? Because you couldn't have tried that in Nigeria. I'm very sure even you, Anna, you must have done something to somebody, or maybe your siblings or someone that gives you something using your left hand, and you're giving it to me. Eh? You're giving it to me with your left hand. What's going on? Am I your
No,
mate?
no. So
Are you?
what I tell you now is that if Dangote gives you money with his left hand, you'll not collect it.
Hold
Or
on.
if
I wasn't talking about Dangote. I was talking about your siblings,
or
the ones
if
that you're
somebody
older
gives
than,
you
the ones that you're older than. That's
what's
who
actually
I'm talking
funny
about.
what's actually funny is that I actually never noticed. Maybe she would actually give me something with her left hand, but I've actually not noticed it because it's not something that I put in my subconscious. Like your hand is your hand. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If your right hand is occupied, we now have given ourselves that um problem that if your right hand is occupied and you want to give it to your left hand, you have to still use your right hand to support the left hand, as if the left hand is not part of your body, as if the left hand was imported from underneath the sea, the bottomless part of the oceans.
It wasn't. It
So what
wasn't.
about people who don't have hands at all, that they have to use their leg? So when they give you something, you be like, use your right leg.
That's dark
to
humor, Anna. That's dark humor, Anna. That's dark humor. Hmm?
We can as well accept one or two dark humors once in a while.
All
Right.
right.
Okay, I think
Yeah. Yeah.
the word is actually built for right-handed people. I remember my youngest sister came back from school once and she was complaining that she was having back pain because those seats that the tables are on the right. So she has to now struggle to write
To right on the
with her
left.
left. So it was a problem for her. They had to get her and then my mom was like, you were having issues with that, you didn't complain, you didn't voice out, you didn't tell your teacher, you just chested it and came back home. So it was by herself. She complained to them in school and they had to give her a set of a table and a seat for her to be able to be comfortable to write. And I think I remember once my sister was cooking. We traveled home. And this is not my question, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just helping Abraham because Abraham did not answer very well. Thank you. So I think she was using her left hand to cook. She was mixing, I don't know, she was just swallow or something. And then one of the women was like, is it your left hand and use it to cook? And in her mind, I think she just muttered like, okay, if the food, because we're telling her it's not going to be sweet. So she said at least they should not eat when hunger worry them. And she kept on doing whatever she was doing. Because that forcing to use your hand. Some of them end up using both. Like the former president, now President Tinubu and President Buhari. President Buhari could use both hands to write because he's left-handed, but I believe he too was forced
to use the right
to
hand.
learn. So my friend too that makes my hair, was left-handed too. I don't know. I just have left-handed people around me. It is left-handed, but she was also forced to use her right. So most of the major things she does would be with her left hand, but writing and eating would now be with the right. Like I don't know what's the fuss about. What's this thing? They used to do as if your
Hey,
left
bro,
hand is
let's go
not.
to the quiz. You guys
And your
you guys
and
are talking
left-handed
about left
people.
hand.
One more thing.
Please, let's go to
Left-handed
quiz.
people
Let's
are
go
the
to
only people
quiz.
that are thinking right. Olakunle, you that you're using right hand, you're thinking left. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Instead of you to allow me to finish talking, you're cutting me short.
Let's
Look
go to
at
quiz.
look
Let's
at
go to the quiz.
look at who is competitive today. It's you, right?
By the way, I was watching you people last on Saturday. You're busy doing your rubbish.
I beat him. He now said good night.
See, I asked today that shouting, let's go to quiz.
I won't talk about this cup because Abraham know who won the last edition, so it's fine. Let's reset.
I think Olakunle couldn't select his answers. So
Yes, I wasn't
it
there.
was
So I
now.
wasn't select my answers.
I was watching you people.
No,
All
I was
right.
having an issue with the network.
All right, so you can see everything has been reset. 6-7. I don't know why I did that, but my goodness. All
Can't
right.
relate.
It's American lingo actually.
Okay.
Where did
I
we
think I
stop
used to say
this
6-7, but I
boy?
never checked for the meaning or.
It's brain rot actually. Okay, we did breaking of color knot. Okay, we did this. All right, I think we did this too. Luckily, if you can remember,
Benny.
we did this too. So, um, all right, are you guys ready? I think just 10
Let's start.
questions and then we have a winner, right?
Sure.
I guess I'm back to being the third wheel here. Sorry. Okay. Don't worry.
I said be the first one in Jesus' name. What made you third wheel? Oh my god.
Hey, God, I beg.
You should stop pretending and pick your answers. Look at them.
Jesus. I knew it. Yeah, you see them? See them? Don't worry, I'll be clapping for you. It doesn't mean I can't make a comeback. I can make a comeback.
Please make a comeback. Rooting for you. My goodness.
I don't know.
You don't know, but you picked something. This boy,
You pick. Don't mind
something.
him. I don't know, but you pick. Lord.
In this one, everybody will
Oh,
be
I was counting 7
I didn't
days.
get to do.
I was counting 7 days.
Abraham got it. It was even the fastest. A shame,
I
you're
knew the
a
answer.
boy.
I knew the answer, but I was counting 7 days. I forgot that
How would
Sunday
you
to Sunday
count
is 8 days. I forgot Sunday to Sunday is 8 days. I forgot it. I was saying 7 days in my head. No need.
All right. Now we're tied. Let me clap for myself first. Question 3. If I die. I don't pick one.
I don't even try this.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Let us see who got it.
Kanuri and Fulani can confuse you. What the heck? I picked
Ah,
Kanuri.
Olakunle too.
Is
I'm
Kanuri
not.
not B?
Yeah, it is.
That was what I
No, no,
chose.
no, 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 no,
Fulani,
no.
sorry. No, 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 no. I chose Fulani.
They
I
play.
chose.
It's
Oh,
not.
C. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Nah, me.
Fulani was my answer, but I chose B. Oh, my God. Okay,
Oh
no
yeah,
problem.
everybody. Next question.
Wow.
My God does not wear flip flops.
Yes, so he never flops.
Looking at you people.
What did we do?
Olakunle locked in. Finally missed.
Who missed? I missed.
Yes! Yes! We're still tied. We're still tied.
Holy
Yes.
Jesus.
I, I
Sweet
was I was
Jesus.
I was hoping on Olakunle, but you see,
Elogla has to get so serious.
I actually got the neighbors. I was confused between the two.
Are you
see?
sure?
How would I know this? That's a fever.
Ah. Mini, money, move. Yay! Did you see what happened?
I don't even
Did
know.
you see
I
what?
don't know. That's the
Anna,
first
did
time
you
I heard
see what
that.
happened? Okay, no hala, no hala.
What happened?
Nah, no, you didn't see. You didn't see what happened. You didn't see what happened. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is question 6.
Many places are getting
This is a confession.
Oh, I knew it. Ah,
I should be Abuja now, not Lagos. The last time they make a research, there was a time recently this year. Recently this year, it happens in Abuja. So probably they have another center here. Wow. Wow, that's
let's
crazy.
clap for. Let's clap for Anna.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It doesn't mean that we cannot. I can meet you. Don't worry. It doesn't mean.
We have to. We
Doesn't.
have 4 months to go, so you can. You can.
Yes.
I did not sing today.
Do not sing.
Azau.
Ah,
This one now you get a severe.
Azau. I don't know this one. No.
Is that Dora? What is data?
I'm gonna miss this one too. I knew it. I knew it.
Olukoye
see.
Rasom.
Thank
Olukoye
God.
Rasom Kuti.
Anna,
Wow.
Anna didn't get this one.
Wow. Olukoye Rasom Kuti.
Abraham, what happened? What are you breaking? What is wrong with your network? Hey, what is? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Abraham. It's back.
Okay.
Go back, Malaria initiative. Go back, Malaria. Jesus. Go back, Malaria.
Ow!
So all these things happen in Nigeria.
I
When?
don't even know.
Is today malaria time? Cause man, I don't understand though.
me shall see. If Anna did
Eeny,
not get
meeny,
it, I'm
miny,
happy.
mo. Eeny,
Jesus!
meeny, miny.
You will like
Jesus!
guess well. You will like guess well.
No wahala, no wahala, no wahala. That was
2 months
question
ago now,
what?
you can still meet him. Abraham, two
Is
months
it
ago
two
you
or
can still meet
three?
him. 3 months
Two
ago you can
months.
still meet him. You can still meet her.
Is it?
So no need.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yes, it's the
Oh, Jim.
I think we did this EFCC. It's between A or B. Well, yeah, what about B? No one that comes to my mind.
Olakunle, who is asking you?
I'm talking to myself.
Jesus Christ.
I never pick my answer.
Hope Anna did not get it. Yeah, I'm happy if Anna did not get it.
I don't understand. Instead of me to think of you getting it, look at
I'm
Lord, the
happy.
enemies that are against me are
I
plenty.
am happy if you did not get it. I'm so happy.
No problem.
But they should pick this answer. They will keep their edge.
Who said I
Yeah,
get to
It's not his bonus now. Should be bonus. Yeah, bonus. No wahala. I'm watching you, Anna. I'm watching you.
You can't watch her 1 month to go. How will you watch someone that is 5 and 13? Anna, you want to collect 2 marks? I don't understand. This is the last one and you're saying you're watching her.
She used jujutsu. She used juju today.
See, I'm watching her. If you are not careful, I'll come and meet you. If you are not careful, I'll meet you. Yeah, boy, if you
Now-
are not careful. If you are not careful, I'll meet you. Like I said, if you are not careful, if you
Yeah, come and meet
God
me now.
save you.
Come and meet
God
me.
save you.
Come and meet
God save you.
me.
Just one,
Come and meet
just
me
one,
now.
just
Come
one.
and meet me.
I got it right now. I got it. No, wait. Oh, I picked A. I got it now. What happened? My score's supposed to be 4 now.
You picked it.
Abraham.
Were you on 2
I'm
or
serious.
3?
I was on 3 before. From 2,
You-
I
what
picked
you-
A. Then I was on 3.
You were on two. You were on two.
You're
Because
on
I
2
remember it
now.
was 5-3-2.
Okay.
You want to use it for me? You want to
Okay.
you want to use it?
God save you. God save you.
Abraham, you see that you're not the third wheel today? Seems like I'm even
God
the
save
third wheel.
you.
Is you
God save you,
Olakunle
Abraham.
that are...
No. You are using juju. You are using juju.
I don't believe
It
in
was
juju today.
it's
I was actually
residue
from my own end.
of
I was
that
actually the
chanting
cause
from
of
the
our
last
problem.
time. Residue of the
Oh,
juju of the
okay.
chanting from the last time. And there's
Olakunle, what did
seed.
you do to cause your own problem? What happened? Talk to me.
I was no need. If I tell you now, you use this against me next week. No need. Let me keep that juju
Why
to
will I
myself.
use it against you?
I've
No, why
found
would I do
antidote
that?
to your juju. I've found antidote to your juju. No more juju.
I don't do juju. I don't do juju.
I use your juju. I use your juju
What?
because I was able
Imagine.
to add the last portion. I
Juju.
was able
What
to add the
is
last
juju?
ingredients. The
What
last
is
ingredient.
juju?
The last ingredient I.
Oh my
Juju
god,
so
what's
Oh my
juju?
potent.
guys.
So potent. It has residue for more than a week.
Let's answer one more. Let's give
I'm not
Olakunle a chance.
I'm not doing
Don't give me a
which
chance.
wait, what chance?
Don't give
No,
Olakunle a
I don't
chance.
want. So that
Unless
I
you
will
put
not
the
miss
brand in the
it. You will
soup.
not get it.
so that
Anna,
Olakunle will be able to sleep. I remember
So,
Bernard
no,
said
at
this
least-
thing is not competitive. You people are very competitive, the both of you.
don't worry.
That's
It
the
will be so
point. That is the point.
it will be so competitive now. We'll now add maths, we'll add English, we'll add chemistry, we'll add physics.
You people should keep gifts. If you keep gifts, I'll be more serious about this thing.
What gift do you now want?
I don't know.
Well, it's been fun this night.
It's been 2 hours
Sure.
plus. Oh my god, I can't believe I've been sitting here for 3 hours plus. Oh my god.
Yes, yes. All right. That will be the end of today's live show. Thank you for
Alhamdulillah.
sticking.
Abraham, what happened?
What happened?
What did you say? You said I'll what?
Is that how you post?
Yes. Now that's it. It's a new side to you, so I have to soak it in first.
Oh, no, that's good. Next week I'll give you another one.
Please, 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 please be predictable, right? So
All right.
it's been good. It's been fun. Thank you everyone for sticking with us. We talked about the food crisis in Nigeria, right? Talked about the different aspects. This planting, harvesting, GMO, soda, and even wasting food. And we hope that you learned something from here, right?
Sure.
We'll see you again next week, right?
Next week,
Next week.
Tuesday.
Either Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, we'll make it happen. As a public holiday, we might enjoy the public
We'll
holiday
make it
together. We don't
rain.
know. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. We'll see you all. Bye bye. Good night,
Bye.
Anna. Good night, Olakunle. See you.
I have no farewell speech. I am exhausted.
Olakunle, you too. All right. Bye.
Join our journey and dive into the lively foray. As Nigeria live, tune in bright and clear. Insights, laughs and knowledge are all right here.